What is going on, guys? Faz here from Beckett Boy, back again, dropping some more dimes. We've got something pretty cool today. We are going to take a look at TCG grading, known for their TCG slash Pokemon style card grading. And we're going to give those guys an in-depth review and card grading submission guide. So if this is you, then check this out. We're going to show you how to use their service, what they offer, what they're about. Let's jump straight into it. If you are loving our stuff, guys, I do ask for one small favor. Hit the like button down below, smash it, subscribe if you're new. We do this sort of thing regularly. Plenty of content always coming out every year. This is us. All right, so you need to go over to tcggrading.com.au, and as you can see at the moment, they've got a crazy special $10 grading cards for singles, which is really awesome deal. I'm going to quickly run through some of the stuff on their website just so you can have a little look. They've obviously been around a couple of years now, and they're having a birthday sale, so now's a really good time to jump on board for grading. Now, I'm by no means a TCG or Pokemon specialist. My daughter really likes the cards, so today we're just going to submit a couple of cards, just a handful. I don't know what they're worth, anything like that, but just for the novelty of it, I'll show you guys how to run through their website. It is pretty straightforward. If you come on the homepage, there is some stuff here. Now, I really do like the appeal of their labels. It is really good. I think if you're living in Australia and into TCG, these guys are a really viable option, sort of moving away from Card Grading Australia, who are also very good, but for the purpose of this TCG grading, they have their own slab design and label, which looks really cool. They do have some pictures there which you can check out. I really like how they've got their label stamped with their logo as well, which is really cool. Coming down, they've just got some articles on stuff, other influencers who have worked with them and mentioned them, those sort of things. You can check out some of their web stores, things like that. Really cool. Current turnaround times, which obviously is a part of the process. For bulk, you're obviously looking a bit longer. Critical, 16+, express, 10+. So we'll move into that once we start grading. Affordable pricing. I do want to mention that they only grade TCG cards and I think NBA cards. No football or anything like that. I believe you need to contact them for things like that. So probably not your go-to if you're into sports, although, however, they do NBA and basketball cards. And as you can see here, they have teamed up with Animals Asia to help end bear bile farming. Now, I don't know what bear bile farming is, but it sounds like a good cause. All right, so you can check out a bunch of their other stuff here. They do have, if you're still not sold on using TCG, they do have a few things down here which support you to make a decision in getting your cards graded with them. I have followed these guys for a little while on socials and that. They are reasonably active, and obviously they've graded a few cards now, and I do like the look of their labels. Definitely appealing. Up to pricing as we move forward, we've got they've got different options, bulk, booster packs, all sorts of stuff here, and it is actually pretty interesting. They do different bulk levels, which are reasonably affordable if you look at it in a wholesale sort of way. This works out to be just over $11 a card. Pretty competitive pricing. They do have some really cool stuff down the bottom as well, mystery boxes, and if you click on them, just random things that they send you, graded slabs, pops, statues, plushies, packs, sealed product, and more. That actually sounds really cool and enticing. They also have a how to submit page, which is really cool as well. It does tell you different things about their processes and what you can expect, and basically step by step. They have a very detailed rundown of what they do, how they grade, and their point system from 1 to 10 and everything in between, which is pretty standard these days. So, and then also beyond that, it tells you, what each value is and how it should be looked at from 10 all the way down. So that's pretty cool as well, that they have these things on their website that you can see. They have FAQ page, a thing about Animals Asia if you're not down with that and you want to find out more about what that actually is and how they support it. Certification. Now this is actually something really cool as well. So with this you can, has that loaded up? Yeah, you can put in there after you grade the serial number, and it'll do a search, and it'll do some sort of like a pop report. It'll probably say if it's authentic or not, but I'll probably make a video on that once I get these cards through and we can have a look at exactly how that works. And they also have a pop report, which is cool as well. Now, just one thing here, I'm going to show you when you click on this link here. So check out in store first thing. We'll get to that in a second, which is payment. I just want to point out this link. When you click on it, it actually doesn't open up in a new box. So I'm going to actually email them to change that where it opens up, because it opens up same page. So if you're going to do it, right click it and open link in new tab. Okay, and you're going to get this, which is the form. And I'll run down exactly how to run through that. That's the blank form. You need to print that out and include it with your submission. Please secure your cards in penny sleeves and then into top loaders and all this stuff here. So I'm going to run through that at the end of this video. I'll break it into the second part where I show you how to ship cards and get them ready. And that is basically compatible for any grading company. It's a good standard to follow. To pricing, and if you want to do bulk, you can do that sort of thing. If you want to, and there's a 10 card bulk grading, which is also a very viable option, $12 a card. That's pretty good, etc. There's more options down here, express, etc. But we are going to do the $10 special because that is pretty much not beatable. All right, so we're going to submit 4 cards randomly picked. These are 4 cards that we've handpicked here for this, and we are going to submit that. So if you've got a shop pay account, you can use that. It says Afterpay, but I had a bit of a look through and I couldn't get it to do Afterpay, like it didn't appear. So I have actually emailed their support and we'll see what they say. It might be just a glitch on the thing. I believe that they do offer it, and it should go through, but it wasn't there. However, it's not a great massive payment, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that on the credit card. We'll submit these cards. We'll go add to cart. We'll go checkout. Now, as you can see here, it's come to $51.95. There's only 2 options for shipping. Express $11.95, not a bad deal. Or the $39.95 for add $1,000 worth of insurance. Now, if you've got a large bulk order or some really expensive cards that you're getting graded with these guys, definitely worth thinking about. Saying that, I've never had any issues getting cards back from companies that grade, or even sending them overseas or buying and stuff like that. So postage system for the large part can be trusted. However, you want to make your own decision on that. And if it is quite an expensive card or a large bulk, then $40 is not that much to get $1,000 worth of insurance. All right, so we're going to pay. I'm going to cut the video and we're going to move over to filling out the form and packaging up. Okay guys, so we've got our 4 cards. They're inside sleeves, inside card savers. And the next thing we're going to do is get these ready for boxing up and sending off to TCG. With this amount of cards, we are going to need some stuff, and I'll just quickly run down. So this is going to be, I'm going to make a cardboard sandwich, what we call the cardboard sandwich. 2 bits of cardboard, solid, thick cardboard that's firm, not floppy. And we're going to get some rubber bands as well. A small box that we're going to send. And also just some stuff you can pad the inside of that box with. Paper and strong bits of bubble wrap are really, really good. But firstly, let's get to these and how we want them. So we're going to use some Post-its, okay, just for each one. Now I'll quickly show you how I send off. Okay, so you just want to put those on top like so, and then put back in. That will do. Rinse and repeat for all of those. You also want to put your cards in the order that you listed them as. And I did fill out the form, and I'll run through that in a second for those who are wondering. So you need to print that out because we're going to include it. Two. Now it does say on there how to submit, and I'll run through that again at the end of the video, that they do prefer boxing. It says at minimum use a double-walled cardboard box. So for a small order like this, you could get away with a really good bubble mailer. However, we're going to stick to their standard and we're going to send in a box. All right, so we've got our Post-its on our cards, and we're going to make that our cardboard sandwich. You can use painter's tape, however, as a preference for me, I've had some really bad experiences with tape, and I always advise people against it. I'm sure there's someone out there that's going to argue strongly against what I believe, however, and that is just an opinion, but I've had some absolutely rubbish experiences with even painter's tape, with cards getting stuck and they tear and all that sort of stuff. So just a lot of rubber bands and pin it down. I've never had any issues with movement. So all right, that's our cardboard sandwich, and we're ready to go inside the box. As you can see, I've got bubble wrap underneath the box. I'm going to jam that in, and to stop further movement, like so. Now that is really, really secure now, so we can package that up, put our label on the front to where it's going, and move to the next level. All right, I'll quickly run through the form. So I printed out the form. Obviously, I've left my details up here, but I will put my name, my address, email, contact number, number of cards. In this case, it's 4. Service is routine. That's the one that we chose on the front page. And the order number, now that comes through in an email once you pay. You'll get that email number there. Just put the number. They've already got the TCG part of it, because it is, the number comes through as TCG and then the number. So that's that. Obviously, if you choose a different level of service, you would circle the correct one, and then you just put down what the card is there, okay, and the quantity, and that is it. That's final. Include this in that box. I'm going to open that box up, and I'm going to put that back in, and I'll quickly show you what that looks like. All right, so I've just opened this back up, and I'm going to put that form in this box and reload with my bubbles, like so. So that is all ready to go to TCG now. So the last part of this process, guys, is obviously shipping it off to TCG grading. If you're located in Australia, quite straightforward. You just use this address here, and you would pay for that either using Australia Post or another courier. Australia Post is probably the likely choice, and that's who I'd highly recommend. You can pay for that using that address on the Australia Post website, nice and easy. You can create an account and you can just create an order. It'll cost you about $9, and you can print out the postage slip right there and then after you've paid for it, and cut it out, sign it, and put it on the front of the box that we just packaged up, and send that off to yourself. You don't need to drop it into the post office unless it doesn't fit in a post box, then you do. If it fits in a post box, great, just put it straight in and you're done. I've never had issues with that. I've heard people say all sorts of rubbish stories. I've dropped most of my orders into post boxes unless they're bulk. And that way, you know, there's a handful of times when they're really big orders and you do need to take it into the post office. Either way is fine. International, just send it off to the same suite here, which is slightly different. However, it is the same place. It does tell you about the return of your cards. They will email you when that is received and completed, etc. Just like most of the other graders. So far, I've paid for my first order and I immediately got the notification. It's always a great sign that their business is set up that way. So I guess if you have any issues with that, you can reach out to them and find out directly from them, and they will respond to you with what your issue and inquiry is. But that is it for today, guys, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.